show you all this beauty in the morning sunshine finally. I remember to bring my phone out today. So these are all my beautiful zinnias that, you know, once they take off, they really take off. And they are just so stunning in the garden. They bring so much color and beauty and vibrancy. I just love zinnias of all kinds. And then I've got some bachelor buttons coming in here next to calendula, Janzania, calendula. I'm not even for sure. I can't remember what I planted here. And then some more bachelor buttons I need to, they fall over really easily. So I gotta figure out some way to stake them up. Aren't those colors pretty? We have pretty much harvested this patch, gotten everything out of it. There's a few lettuces left that have been eaten by the bugs. I'm not too concerned about those. But we've cleared out all the turnips and the carrots in here. And I'm gonna turn this over and cover it and prepare it for the fall garden. This one over here, we've got lots of lettuces that are starting to bolt. So I need to get those cleared off before they turn tough and continue to harvest from all this lettuce. And I noticed yesterday that my Brussels sprouts are starting to come in, which is super exciting because I have lots of Brussels sprouts. Let me show you over here what I'm talking about. Here's another patch of, this is all Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts. And right in here in the crux of the arm, you can see little Brussels sprouts coming in. Let me get my arm right here, right here, right here. All these little balls down the way are starting to come in, which is really exciting. All of these plants have Brussels sprouts coming in. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take them to develop, but it is exciting to see them producing nonetheless. We harvested most of my cabbages. I harvested 30 of them. I left a few that were still kind of small to see if they would head. And these, I actually just took the head out. I was curious if they would send off side shoots. I wasn't really sure. So these actually I've harvested and just left the leaves on for now. So I've got this whole row that's empty that I need to prep for the fall. This row will be empty other than nasturtiums. That row's pretty empty. It's got a few cabbages, purple cauliflower left over from when the ducks got to it, and some herbs in here. So I may come back through here and plant some more herbs. The corn is coming in. Tassels are out. We're seeing the beautiful corn silk. Just beautiful. And then we've got more potatoes that need to be harvested. We're going to hit one of these rows today and get these out so we can clear all this up, cover it with a tarp, and get it ready for the fall garden or to overwinter, whatever I decide to do. But we've got some potatoes left. Those are the Brussels sprouts. And then all of this was potatoes, but we cleared most of it out. We still have a few over here that need to be dug up, but they haven't really yellowed yet. So I was giving them a little bit more time because I want to get the bigger potatoes. And then my cucumbers are finally starting to vine in all the places I planted them. It took them so long. I've never had cucumbers do that before. So I don't know. I will have late cucumbers this year. East Garden is definitely looking amazing and full. I came in here the other day and went through and tied up all my tomato plants. They had several that were trying to fall over and grow on the ground and still are trying to go the wrong way. I cleared out a bunch of suckers that grew really fast that I missed. See, these all need to be tied up, but they're okay for right now. And then I've got some fruit that I think I'll be able to harvest here in the next few days. So that took a while. That was sort of definitely a long task, getting all these tomatoes tied up. But they're up for now, and I'm probably gonna have to come back through as they get bigger and tie them up some more. But what I wanted to show you were these Queen Anne zinnias that are coming in. I planted two varieties. I planted the lime variety, which is over there, and then this blush variety that is just starting to come in. So you can't quite see the blush color on these yet, although you can kind of see them before they actually bloom right in there. So I'm really excited for those to come in. And over here as well, it's like the anticipation is just killing me. But down this way, my Queen Anne limes have come in, and they're so pretty. Hindsight 2020, I would probably plant these next year next to a colorful variety so that you have the contrast of this like yellowy green with some color. Anyway, I wish I would have planted these next to some color, but that's okay. I was really just trying to get plants in the ground, and they're going to end up being completely taken over by these tomatillas here that are already just going crazy. I had to prune a ton of these off. They were laying on the ground. They were growing this way. So I'm trying to get them to go up and maybe out a little bit, but not completely take over this garden. The Mammoth sunflowers are getting their height. Aren't they beautiful? So I would say they're about 6 foot now, and they can get anywhere up to 8 foot. So we've got some that are getting taller, especially the ones over there on the end. So that'll be fun to see those. But the gray stripe ones have all come in. And what's awesome is, in my other house, I had planted these, and they always faced east, and I couldn't see them from my house. Well, here, my house faces north, and so they are facing south, so I get to see them every morning, which is really fun from my house. I also harvested a bunch of basil and made some basil tea last night, so I'm excited to share that recipe with you. It tasted it, and it tastes amazing. So since I have so much basil, I'm definitely looking for recipes to be able to utilize it and preserve it so it doesn't all go to waste. Yeah, we've got some of our carnival acorn squash coming in over there, which is so fun. Let me show you something that I noticed just now. On this one plant, it already has this kind of yucky looking leaves on it. Who knows what this is from? This could be from sun damage. I did come out here and spray some bonide on a couple of these plants that were showing rot on the bottom, and that is what this is. This is what that is. It's from the sun. I did it later than I wanted to, but it was just the only time I had. So if you spray any sort of chemical, even a natural chemical, on your plants in the heat of the day, this is what's going to happen. Now, the plant is not ruined. There's still a ton of growth happening, but you will lose your bottom rot. That's the word I'm looking for. I have this one variety of tomato that's showing bottom rot. All my other ones are fine, so it could just be this variety that needs some extra calcium. So I sprayed some bonide all over these plants, and that's why they're looking like this. All these black beauties, oh man, they are so pretty. This purple color amidst all the green. I am so excited to try these. And I planted a lot of them, so we will definitely get to enjoy their abundance. But they are so beautiful in here among all this green. This is the regular acorn squash coming in. We've got several of these already looking really big. Yeah, you can see with Maddie's hand there how big they are. Be careful, careful. Coming in, exciting. And more back in there. You can see it. My rhubarb finally really started taking off. So I harvested some of the leaves, and I really think that's what helped spike its growth. So now I'm getting some bigger leaves and some bigger stalks so I can come out here and harvest this. And I'm just freezing it, and I have a bunch of fun recipes that I'm going to try. Is she in here? I want to show you my gladiolus that I planted, which seems so long ago, are starting to bloom. So excited. I put these right in the corner of the garden so I could see them from my house and from the driveway, and they're just right here, and they're going to provide some excellent color against all these pumpkin leaves and the corn. So I'm so excited to see those coming in.
A lot of them are pink.
Yeah, they're mixed varieties. There's going to be pinks and reds and purples and who knows what else. I did a bunch of food prep, including starting to process all of my cabbages that I've harvested. So I got my dehydrator out and I dehydrated a bunch of, this is probably, I want to say this is 4 or 5 heads of cabbage that I dehydrated to eventually use in stews and soups, things like that. And I'm going to dehydrate a bunch more because this really helps save on space. So not only am I using my food, but I'm saving space because obviously much less bulk there. I started drying some herbs, which I've got under this paper towel here. I just went and collected them and then brought them in and laid them out on paper towels and made sure to label them so I know exactly what I'm drying. What does that say? Oregano, parsley. I think over here is cilantro. And here's some of my holy basil. I also blanched a bunch of cabbage and then let it cool and then put it in freezer bags. So I'm freezing some. And eventually I'll do some sauerkraut, but I really want to use them in other ways than just sauerkraut. So I'm trying to prepare them in a way that I can use them in all different ways in the house and not just feel like I'm getting bored with the same old recipes. So I'm excited to get some more of that done today. I also took a bunch of all my carrot tops that I collected when I harvested the carrots and made a bunch of carrot top pesto. So that's gonna be really yummy. And I'm freezing it in big ice cube trays. I think they're like a 1/4 cup each. Freezing those, and then I'll put them in a freezer bag so I can just access them and defrost them whenever I want pesto in the food. So we're harvesting more potatoes today. I want to get these cleared out pretty quick, except for the ones that aren't quite ready, just so I can cover all this ground behind me with a tarp and start preparing it for the fall garden. I have a tarp that's ready to go, so I can just lay this down, put some compost on it, and it should be ready for me to plant here in the next month or so. And it also give more room for like these corn to spread out, and I've got cucumbers over here that are going, and just anything else I could still plant more beans, which I would like to do. Beans that I can dry and use for dry beans for soups and things. So just while the weather's nice, we're out here and we're trying to get some work done, and then when it's hot, we're gonna go inside. I'm going to be going inside to do more preserving, canning, freezing, and things with the stuff that I've already harvested. So we got another trough here, taking out all these potatoes. And the nice thing about this is it leaves a really nice dirt path for gardening. And so what I'll probably do is use this here where all these weeds are for a path and make these dirt places the actual garden beds. So I've got a bunch of cardboard I've saved from Amazon shipments and such, and that I will mow this down and lay the cardboard on to create some new paths. And like I said, bring some compost over from my compost over there and just start prepping this already for the fall garden. Here's our harvest for today. A big old radial flyer wagon full of potatoes. Thanks to my workers who helped me pick beans and load up the potatoes. We still have more to go, but we're making headway. Making headway.